Everyone.
Morning,
Good
Meg.
morning. We are so happy to be with all of you at the Forum for Excellence. We wish we were in person, but we're happy to be on Zoom with you. My name is Meg Dozak. I'm the manager of ESL and Transition, and these are my friends and colleagues, Carmela Ochoa, the coordinator of high school equivalency, and Dr. Yolanda Bennett, education specialist. We're all from Moraine Valley Community College. We would like to thank our Learning Enrichment and College Readiness Department Dean, Michael Morshes, and our Assistant Dean, Dr. Nina Showman-Dejani, for always encouraging us and supporting all of our initiatives. Today, we are going to share our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion group called Instructor Insights, which was created to support our HSE and ESL instructors. We will also be sharing some of our other DEI initiatives from our department. Moraine Valley Community College is located in Palos Hills, Illinois, about 25 miles southwest of downtown Chicago. We're the fourth largest community college in Illinois. If you have not had the chance to visit, and if you are ever in the area and would like a tour, please reach out. We would love to see you. Moraine Valley's adult education program consists of English as a second language, ESL classes, high school equivalency, HSE classes, ESL computer classes, and citizenship classes. We offer a variety of transition classes, bridge to healthcare, bridge to career pathways, and critical thinking. We also run the ICAPS IET class of basic nurses assistant training. Our adult ed program is located on all three of our campuses, Palos Hills, Tinley Park, and Blue Island. Our fall classes began this week, and we are thrilled that our enrollment is increasing. I'm going to pass the baton to Carmela.
Good morning, everyone. The student population of our adult ed program is represented by three major groups: Arab, Hispanic, and Eastern European. The high school equivalency instructors ask for strategies to learn more about our students to provide better instruction. They ask to have professional development workshops based on diversity, equity, and inclusion. After speaking with Meg, we decided to include teachers from both HSE and ESL, and Meg and I meet regularly to discuss the schedule for the upcoming months. So we're going on to inclusive teaching strategies. Diversity, equity, and inclusion in the classroom necessitates using a wide variety of instructional strategies that are highly engaging, acknowledges the diversity of student experiences and the larger world, plus strives to create a safe teaching environment where all students feel like they belong and rich, diverse dialogues can occur. Moving on to our syllabus statements. Your syllabus is a contract that outlines class rules and program expectations. To prepare students, your syllabi can include statements such as the two that are on the screen that talks about classroom environment and class discussion. Universal design for learning is an approach to instructional design that is built on the premise that good design benefits all students. Rather than merely making ad hoc accommodations for students with disabilities or special needs, UDL offers a way to integrate varied modalities, assessments, and forms of engagement that will enhance the learning of all students, regardless of ability or prior experience. Good UDL is like all good course design. It is driven by your course objectives and learning goals.
Okay, now that we've given you a little background on DEI, Dr. Bennett will now discuss her part of the presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that this is one of the first presentations that we provided for instructors. And so we decided that we wanted to give the instructors an actual presentation that they could use or create in their classroom. So I chose to focus on two educators who made a great contribution to education. And those educators are Septima Clark and Dr. Timio D. Black, who are both celebrating, where we're celebrating African-American educators and civil rights activists. So Septima Clark was an American educator and a civil rights activist. She was born May 3rd, 1898, and she died December 15, 1987. Septima was raised in Charleston, South Carolina, to a Haitian-born mother who was educated and to a father who was a slave on the Poinsettia plantation. Septima parents stressed education and wanted her to be educated. So they sent her to the neighbor's house to learn how to read and write. This is where her love of education began. During her early years, she earned a teaching certificate. However, Blacks were not allowed to teach in the public schools in South Carolina, so she began teaching adult literacy in the evening. She had her students write stories about their lives and would have them think critically about the world around them. Years later, she was able to teach at Booker T. Washington High School. Septima had many contributions to the world of education, but what stands out most is her development of the citizenship education program. In this program, she taught people to read and write and taught them how to be leaders. There were no formal supplies or materials. She had to be creative. Students read from catalogs and they used bags for chalkboards. Talk about being creative. I don't know if any of us could do that, but talk about being creative. Because of her success with the citizenship schools, she moved to Atlanta to promote her program through the Freedom Schools. And in the Freedom Schools, as you can see on the slide, the Freedom Schools of 1960 were part of a long line of efforts to liberate people from oppression. And during that time, it included the 18th and the 19th centuries for enslaved Africans. The citizenship schools formed by Septima Clark and others were in the 1950s. And here is a short video about Septima Clark.
The connection between racial justice and educational justice is permeated through effective teaching. So Septima Clark, South Carolina politicians passed a statute that said you could not be a teacher and belong to a civil rights organization. Septima Clark chose to continue her work in civil rights. Septima Clark was fired because she demanded and fought and supported teacher equity in pay. Later, Septima Clark joined the school board, and the year after, her pension was reinstated and publicly acknowledged that what they did was an absolute travesty. When I think of educators, current Black educators who embody the spirit of revolutionary educators like Septima Clark, I think about Latasha Guy, high school teacher who's constantly advocating for her students and influencing policy in California. Misha Mosley from the Black Teacher Project, who's ensuring that educational justice is realized. Hewitt Singer from the Black Teacher Collaborative, constantly providing professional development and coaching and mentoring for the next generation of Black educators. Dr. Ashley Griffin and Dr. Robin Harris, two educators and researchers who are constantly helping people to connect the dots between research and the most promising practices to educate Black children effectively and equitably. Black teachers have always played a crucial role in the education of our communities.
And as we continue, one of the great quotes that I like from Septima Clark is, The greatest evil in our country today is ignorance. We need to be taught to study rather than to believe. And as our journey continues, the next educator is Dr. Septima Black Jr. We will take what I told the instructors, or how I presented it. I said we will take another look at another educator who is a political activist, community leader, philosopher, and Dr. Septima Black was also my sociology and African American history professor while I was attending Luke Community College. Dr. Black was born in 1918 in Birmingham, Alabama, but he was raised in Chicago. He has had various jobs, such as a paper boy, and he even taught high school for many years. Dr. Black was the first tenured African-American professor at the University of Chicago. He later returned to school and became a social worker. Dr. Black has been a serious civil rights activist for many years. He has fought for better housing and better education for African Americans. During his activist years, he ran for an elected office in addition to mobilizing over 200,000 people to boycott Chicago public schools to end segregation. Other contributions by Dr. Black was organization of the Freedom Trains that took Chicagoans to march on Washington. In addition, he brought Martin Luther King to the University of Chicago campus in the late 50s. He also led a mass voter registration campaign, which led to Harold Washington election win. So what is Dr. Black up to today? Yes, Dr. Black is still alive and well. Well, here's what has happened to him over the time. He was honored with a Distinguished Public Service in 2012. He served on the advisory committee to bring the Barack Obama Presidential Library to the South Side. He was even knighted by the French government. And he currently leads tours in Bronzeville and talks about the history of Dr. Martin Luther King. Dr. Black has also been honored with having a street named for him by Rahm Emanuel and Senator Dick Durbin. And here's a cute little quote that I like from Dr. Black. He says, "I want young people, regardless of race or gender, to know that regardless of where you are in life at a particular time, it can be better for you." And I want to share this little video.
What I promised myself that I would try to do, particularly after World War II, I've done the best that I could to fulfill that demand, that feeling, to try and make this world a better place to live, but starting at home. I'm not ready to go anywhere. I want to continue to encourage as well as do what I can to fulfill the dream that Dr. King magnified and glorified, because that's part of the universal dream that all of us need to have.
And here are the 3 books that Dr. Black has authored: Sacred Ground, Bridges of Memory Part 1, and Bridges of Memory Part 2. And here are some of the references that I use in order to put my presentation together. And these are some of the references that I gave instructors that they could look at. And I want to thank you for listening to my presentation for Instructors Insights.
Hey, and Dr. Bennett was a hard act to follow for our next Instructor Insights meeting. We decided to focus on Women's History Month for our March meeting. This meeting was also held on Zoom. I'm going to share some of the websites that we used and shared with our instructors. Here we go. So open. Okay. I hope everybody can see this. All right. So awesome. So this is from ADL. And we just thought that the instructors would be able to use a lot of the resources from this site in their own classes. Because we are on a time constraint here, we're not going to go through the website in detail, but when you get the PowerPoint, you can click on the link and you know, check it out for yourself. Okay. And then Microsoft also has a really cool website with a lot of useful resources for teachers. I highlighted Florence on this slide. We're going to get to know Florence a little bit. She started teaching ESL at age 75, and she launched her own nonprofit. And at 90 years old, she was still running the English language learners in-home program to help more than 5,000 immigrants and refugees learn English. So I'm going to click on this link, and this is another link we shared with our instructors. And this is a really cool website too. I think you'll like it. So again, I wish we had a ton of time to show you the whole thing. Oops, my mouse is going crazy here. And I would like to share this video of Florence with you though. I think you'll like it.
Gaming literally saved my life as a kid, and I want to pay that forward. Coexist Gaming is a place that honors gaming culture and empowers our members to embrace their talents.
If you aren't innovating with a lens of empathy and vulnerability, you aren't going to see the full picture. We have the responsibility to design for everyone.
Everyone should have the right to be literate in any country that they're living in. So at 89, I had to learn technology so that I could help others achieve their dreams. My name is Florence Phillips. I am the founder of the English Language Learners Program.
My name is Anna. My pronouns are they, them, theirs, she, her, hers, and I am a director of product design at Microsoft.
My name is Letta J. I am the co-founder and CEO of Coexist Gaming.
Okay, we also asked one of our instructors, Irene Perez, to also present at the Instructor Insights March meeting. And she shared her ideas on Women's History Month. She did an awesome job. So I'm going to show you a couple of websites that Irene used. Okay, this one, oops, sorry, scrolling crazily here. This one has a ton of really good resources for classroom teachers. So again, because of time, we don't have time to go through it all, but there's a lot of like fact sheets, inspiring women role models, activity task cards, you get the idea. So there's that one. And then there's also this one. And it's hashtag, whoops, sorry. Hashtag choose to challenge beyond International Women's Day. And again, it has a lot of cool resources for classroom teachers. Okay. Right.
And April was recognized or has been recognized as the National Arab American Heritage Month by the United States Department of State. Our own Assistant Dean, Dr. Nina Showman-Dejani, who is also an instructor for Arab American Studies at 2 universities, hosted a very informative presentation on Arab Americans. Nina is in the top row, third from the left, looking like the students. So here you could see that here's one of Nina's slides showing that Arabs actually come from 22 different countries. And I thought this was really informative. We have Sudan, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Libya. Also, the slide from Nina's presentation gives some Arab American demographics, such as Arab American Institute estimates that the population is at least 3.6 million. And here's one of the fascinating facts for me is that the largest Arab communities are in Los Angeles, Detroit, New York, New Jersey area, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. Thought that was very informative.
Okay, Nina was also a really hard act to follow for our next Instructor Insights meeting. So in May, we decided to focus on Asian Heritage Month. And it worked out well because the Moraine Valley Library posted a list of books by various Asian authors. The instructors were encouraged to pick one of the titles and read it over the summer, and we will be discussing the books in our October meeting. The Asian Americans Advancing Justice Organization in Chicago is offering excellent bystander intervention trainings. The Zoom trainings have a dynamic presenter and they're very engaging and interactive. We have encouraged all of our instructors to register, and we will be discussing these trainings in our October meeting as well. I'm going to show you the link, but when we pulled it up recently, it doesn't have all of the trainings on here anymore. I think the September ones are done and they'll probably be putting new October ones up, but I wanted to give you the link so you would have it. So you could, click back on it and look into it more at your leisure. And just so you know, these trainings are free. So they're really good. I highly recommend them. Okay.
In addition to our Instructor Insights group, my teammate Christian Torres and I founded EYA, Empowering Latinas in Leadership Alliance. This is a leadership program for Hispanic female students from the HSE, ESL, PEP classes, plus the weekend ESL conversation group. This project empowers Hispanic women as they have historically faced many cultural and academic challenges. The female role in the Hispanic culture is difficult to navigate as females are expected to conform to the traditional ideas of patriarchy and familialism. Those ideas are archaic. They hold women back from becoming their best selves, continuing their education beyond high school, or from pursuing a career. Once women realize that they want to do more, they may not know of available resources or advocates to help them reach their goals. The formation of the group offers students a place where they can ask questions, voice any concerns, and seek guidance. Representation is important. Our students meet 2 Hispanic women from different generations who have struggled and overcome the obstacles that they now face. They can easily relate to us and are more accepting as we have navigated the path that they are now beginning. The Adult Basic Education Department at Moraine Valley also participates at a global level to enrich and share our knowledge of diversity, equity, and inclusion. In June 2019, I traveled with Jeff Carpenter, coordinator of tutoring, and Dean Michael Morshus to assist with 2 projects at Arar Academy in Irbid, Jordan.
Should I play the video
So
now?
you have to click on it one time.
Okay.
Yeah. The first project, which was the Girls Empowerment Workshop, we met with girls from Aurora Academy and community agencies to hold a one-day workshop at Aljune Castle. In preparation for the workshop, we read the book, The Confidence Code for Girls, which provides many lessons on teaching girls how to overcome low self-esteem and build self-confidence, how to choose supportive friendships, take risks, and not to be afraid of failure. We also facilitated the summer English camp at Arar along with their instructors. The children were involved in English lessons that focused on sports, jewelry making, exercise, and dance through individual and group conversations.
I would like to thank Aurora Academy Schools for allowing us to participate in their first English camp. My colleagues, Mr. Jeffrey Carpenter and Ms. Carmela Ochoa, and I traveled from Chicago, Illinois, to be part of this wonderful opportunity. We were amazed at how receptive and eager the children were to learn English. We had a lot of opportunity to interact with the children, the staff, the faculty, the parents, the whole community, and we truly are excited about our partnership with this wonderful school. We look forward to returning and continuing this work. Thank you.
مرحبا، أنا بتول، أنا مشتركة في نادي الصيفي لمدرسة عرار وحبيته كثير وبنصحكم تكونوا معنا.
Hello, my name is Omar. I am at Arar School and I really like the school and all its summer activities. And I don't want to miss a chance to get into the school next year.
As we continue our Instructor Insights initiative, our next steps are to survey instructors for topics that they are interested in delving into, set monthly meetings to continue the dialogue, and to invite guest speakers to share their expertise. In the spring of 2022, Dr. Bennett and I will be collaborating on the Family Literacy Initiative for our Hispanic students who are enrolled in Spanish HSE, English HSE, PEP, and ESL classes. Parents' literacy skills, along with their attitudes about learning and formal education, have an immense impact on their children's academic achievement. Historically, Hispanic children only complete high school. There are not any expectations to attend college. It is assumed that a child will enter the workforce to help contribute financially to the family. Education opportunities of families are improved by integrating early childhood and adult education. If you would like to hear more about Instructor Insights, please contact us at the emails below. We would be more than happy to hear from you. On behalf of Meg and Yolanda, we would like to thank you for attending our presentation. We would also like to thank Dr. Nina Shoman-Dejani, the MVCC instructors and staff, for their support and encouragement. I would also like to give a special shout out to my son Marcos, who is also an ESL instructor and is viewing our presentation from California. And if you have any questions, we can take them at this time.
There are
Oh, I
some
see.
questions
Oh.
in the chat.
Yeah. Go ahead, Yolanda.
How many of your instructors participate in your instructor insight meeting?
Pretty much all of them. Yeah, we've had really good turnout, so we're really happy about it. Everybody's been really excited about joining them, and so far all of our meetings have been on Zoom. And even though I think people are kind of annoyed and done with Zoom, I think in this instance it's been helpful because we were meeting at Fridays at noon, and that seemed to work out really well for people. Even if they had just finished a class, they had a little time, to click on to Zoom, or if they were at home, they were clicking on as well. So we had really good attendance from our instructors. And I do have to give a shout out to our ESL and HSE instructors. We have the best group of instructors that we work with. So we're really blessed. Thanks for the question, Lori Martin. Hope you're doing well. Okay.
We
All
still
right.
have a little time, so feel free to stick your question in the chat, or if you want to unmute yourself, maybe we'll give it another minute here to see if we have any more questions come in.
I hope we didn't put everyone to sleep on this Friday morning. I hope
Not at all. It was very engaging. The videos were great, and I actually had the wonderful opportunity to go to one of these meetings. It was great. So if you have any curiosities, I would encourage you to ask. It was very, very engaging and welcoming and informative. And
thanks, Tara. We were happy to have you at our meeting.
Hi, Meg. Can you ladies hear me? This is Nina.
Hi, Nina.
Hi, Nina.
How are you? First of all, great job. I'm really proud of the work that you are doing and leading in our department, and appreciate you very much. So thank you for representing Moraine Valley in our adult education program. I appreciate this shout out to you. You guys don't have to do that. So thank you. That was really nice. I just wanted to mention, and I had put this in the Q&A, I don't know if others can see it, that we have, as was mentioned by the presenters today, we have students from 3 major groups, but we also serve students from over 40 countries. So even within the group of Arabic speakers that we serve, they may come from any of the 22 Arabic speaking countries that were shown on that map that Yolanda shared. And we have students from all over the world, sometimes one from, a country that we've never had a student from before. And then the next year, maybe 2, and then maybe none. So it fluctuates, but overall, we do have a very, very diverse program. And I think that this opportunity to celebrate the heritage and culture of our students through Instructor Insights is an excellent way to teach our, not teach our teachers, but really have discussions with our teachers about how to best serve them. And then I love how you're integrating opportunities for lesson planning throughout these insight meetings. The lesson that Yolanda shared was great. I love how that's something that can be taken and used in the classroom. And of course, any of the information I shared can be taken and used in the classroom as well. It gives an opportunity for our students to feel seen and heard. And I'm looking forward to upcoming meetings and what you have in store. So great job. Keep it up.
Thank you, Nina.
Thank you, Nina. Lori has another question in the chat. It says, so if I've understood correctly, each meeting has a focus and a presentation. Then do teachers share resources, lesson ideas, and discuss? Exactly. Yes. So we started with Dr. Bennett, Yolanda's presentation, and she did just such a fabulous job. And I really wasn't kidding when I said it was a hard act to follow. Then we moved on to the Women's History Month. Then, Nina did her great presentation. So we've kind of done a combination of things where Carmela and I have presented some lessons and resources, websites that the teachers can use. And then we've also asked the instructors. And in our March one that I shared about Women's History Month, we did have an instructor, Irene Perez, and I shared a couple of her resources that she shared as well. So ongoing, we're going to continue to ask for instructor input. We want our instructors to have ownership of these meetings that we're having. We don't want to just present something just to present it. We want them to be interested in it and, hopefully share ideas that they've used in their classes and, just have a good exchange of ideas. I'm looking through the chat. Thanks for all of your kind words. It's very nice. Let's see. Somebody asked, I'm not sure about this one. It says, Kathy, I believe all of the links are embedded in the slides, which can be found on the app. Okay, great. Okay, someone put in two. This is a long one. Are you all aware of the Illinois SB 564, which was just signed into law in August and will take effect in January 2021? If not, it is a great bill put forward by the Illinois Muslim Civic Coalition. It amends the curriculum in K-8 here in Illinois to become more inclusive. It requires mediation in circumstances of bullying. It insists on cultural inclusion with the K-8 curriculum. It amends the oath of office our legislators will take, and it makes January 17th Muhammad Ali Day here in Illinois. Check it out. Thank you very much. I believe Kathleen, and I'm sorry, I can't read the whole last name, put that in the chat. Thank you. Let's see.
I want to say thank you too for those of you who are saying it was very engaging. It's very nice to hear.
It is. It is. Carmela, I don't know if you saw, I believe your son posted something though. It
Yes,
says
I
it was
did
a
see
well
it.
done presentation. It was very engaging and I enjoyed learning about the materials and travels your school shares.
Thank you, Marcos.
Yeah. Well, thanks for all the kind words, everybody. We really appreciate it. And seriously, if you do have more questions, just email us or call us.
12:30.
I'm sorry. Oh, thought somebody was talking. So yeah, please feel free to reach out to, all of us. We're happy to hear from you and collaborate.
Meg, can you put our email slide back up? Maybe that would help.
Sure. Let's see. Maybe I can. Oh, hang on. Okay. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Tara, did you want me to go to your end of slides?
That's okay. You can leave this up for another second if people want to write down your email addresses or anything. I also put mine in there, and feel free to contact me. I can hook you up, connect you to Meg or Yolanda or Camilla, or send you their amazing slides. So just contact any of us and we'll make sure that we get you in touch. So thank you again for attending this session. If you could go back to the Whova app and click on the session and then click rate session for us, that would be great. It's always good to have feedback, and we're encouraging that participation and engagement as well. We'd also like to direct you to the on-demand sessions. Hopefully you've heard, but we really do have some great on-demand sessions on the Whova app. So again, if you go to the Whova app and go to resources, then you'll see the on-demand sessions and you can click on those and check those out as well. Also, feel free to follow us on our social media platforms. People have been doing a great job. I've seen some things on social media. So please make sure, thank you so much for going to this slide. Please make sure to use our hashtags as you see there. And there have been some great engagement activities and giveaways going on. So please continue to check those out and communicate with each other. We've had some really great kind of back and forth discussions, sharing of resources and everything on the Whova app. So please continue to do that throughout the day. And then also on the next slide, if you haven't checked out the exhibitor area, thank you again to our exhibitors for their support. And you can check out some of their products and resources. Again, on the Whova app, you'll see the exhibitor hall there on the side column. So thank you again to our wonderful speakers today. This was a great engaging session and it came at the perfect time. So thank you so much. And feel free to contact any of us for information or resources. Thanks to the speakers. Thank you to Heather. And go ahead, Meg.
No, I was just going to say thank you to you, Tara. Thanks for all of your help.
Yes,
yeah, we
absolutely.
really appreciated it.
Absolutely.
It's been fun to connect.
Thank you,
So,
Tara.
thanks,
Thank you, Heather.
everyone. See you soon.
Bye.
Okay, bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.